Hello everybody and welcome back to New Tealand with me Biffa here in our favourite game City Skylines. Thank you for all the lovely comments. You were so glad to see New Tealand back as much as I was. So glad we got it all working before the old holiday break that we just had. And we're going to dive in today and look at the mod that completely broke the city. Before when we couldn't play New Tealand, there was one mod that broke it all, and we've managed to get the city working, but we need to find a replacement for that mod and fix up the city. But just before we do that, while you're enjoying the lovely cinematic views that we have here, a couple of comments from the last episode. Ahmed K says, New Tealand was the first city I followed from the start from Biffa. Became a subscriber because of this series. Glad to see it back. Me too. Thank you very much for your comment. And a lot of other people very pleased to see it back. We have Bartusek, we have Stefan, we have It's Your Boy Mitch, we have Sonic Garden, we have JVZ, Sean, Jonathan, the original Milky, Rishira. So like the list goes on and on of all the people that are very pleased to see New Tealand back as much as me. So thank you very much. Also from Lee, watching this was a trip down memory lane. Yeah, definitely I can agree with that. So good to see New Tealand alive and thriving again. And now with all the updates to the game, I assume you mean along with your new skills in decoration and prop placement, thank you very much, from the latest few series, New Tealand is going to look better than ever, I'm sure. Looking forward to it. Yes, excellent, cannot wait. And finally, I think this deserves a shout out. Warren L, huge kudos to all the mod makers for updating their mods and keeping them working, and to the mod updaters for those few mods that have been abandoned. I heartily agree. This couldn't have happened without all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. Every time there's a new DLC and update, the mod makers go nuts, getting everything working and ready for us gamers. So let's have a chat about the mod that broke it all and what we've got to replace it. So just to give you a bit of an idea of how the game works, just very briefly, we'll take this barn here as an example. The barn needs some crops. It will put a call out and say, who's got some crops that I can have? And then the game will decide where those crops are going to come from, whether it's outside the city, whether it's from right next door where we're making crops over here in a field, or whether it's miles away. It could literally put a call out and gain some crops from all the way over here on the other side of the city. And if the game keeps doing that, that is where traffic problems start coming in. And those calls, those transfers that are needed are put out by everything, by factories, by warehouses. They're put out by houses that are on fire, that need a fire engine. Everything in the game is built on these transfers. And in the vanilla game, they can get a bit winky wonky, and they can put calls out all over the place, and it really can cause problems. So that's where a mod like More Effective Transfer Manager would come in. So as you can see, you might remember this pic that's on the screen. More Effective Transfer Manager would optimize transfer in the vanilla game, matching the shortest route between offers, which would be great. Then the mod broke, destroyed my entire city because there was not a replacement. So that's when a new mod came along. Now we have Transfer Manager CE, or Community Edition by Sleepy, and that is the mod that we're going to be using today. So if we jump up here in our unified UI, we have the Transfer Manager, and that is fantastic. You might have noticed when we click on this barn, we have the same little symbol here. And this can open up Transfer Manager, and now we're starting to get some extra information about what is going on with this barn. So we start with the status here. We can see garbage is building up, crime there is none, there's no sick dead, no fire, mail it's building up, so obviously we need to take a notice of that. Crops, it's telling us how much we have in here, how much is coming in, how much is going out, where all the vehicles are that are being used. So this has got 10 vehicles. 9 of those are out doing things with a full load. One of them's here returning to the facility. So that sort of information is really useful. And then this is our transfer. So it's offering out crops in and out. And here's all the matches in our city. So these are all the places that it could go to or it could come in from. And you can see this is probably all over the city. Let's pick ready sliced fruit. Yeah, that felt like it was a very long way away. Baconary was right next door. Large grain silo. Yep, somewhere else in the city. So you're starting to get the idea now of, yeah, what is going to be happening with this mod. So if we have a look on here, this is an issues panel. So let's just close this all down and get back to where we were before. So this one up here, we've got overall look at issues. We've got outside connections panel. We've got the issues panel here. This is the one I'm looking for. So this will tell us all the way through the city anything that has a problem. And one of the things that we were talking about in the last episode was the funicular end station. So if we just open that up, shut these windows here, there we go. So these are crying out for assistance. And a lot of people had some suggestions. And one of the suggestions was, for things such as criminal activity, is we can use some of our helicopter depots. So we're going to see if we can pop in, or if we have any helicopter depots anywhere that can help out. And I'm not entirely sure whether we do have any helicopter depots in our city. Let me just have a quick look. I've got to be honest, it doesn't look like it on the islands here. So maybe let's have a look and see if we can find a spot. By the way, what do you think of the look of the city? I've been messing around with settings and LUTs and things like that, and I think things are looking a little bit nicer. I'm pushing my 2080 Ti to the absolute max. If I'm zoomed out too far, it starts to struggle. But if I'm zooming a little bit like this, it's okay. So I'm thinking of a spot where we can pop these in, where the noise isn't going to be too much of a bother. And I'm thinking this area here. So we've already got all of the noise. Let's just check what the noise like in this area. There we go. Yeah, lots of noise. So this little bit along here, we can pop some of these in. I'm moving the trees. I've spent a lot of time off camera going around removing any trees that have been on rows and things like that. We might still see some. If you do see any, let me know in the comments and we can go back and fix those. And also we've got this sort of power cable here is causing some problems. Let's just check. Do we need that connected? That's connected over there. I'll tell you what this might be. This might be an extra connection that's going through our city by means of a backup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in one of these and just see if we can get that to jump across. There we go. Perfect. Right, so let's add in here some of our helicopter depots. Where have we got one? That's a general hospital. It should be one. Oh, here it is. It's actually highlighted. So we can fit in our medical helicopter. No problem at all. We're going to do that. Emergency services for the fire. We've got one of those as well. I'm hoping to fit all of these in. Yeah, just about. And I wanted the police one in here as well. But I think that's going to go the other way around and not fit in. Darn it. Could we squeeze it in just in here? Would this one go in just in here? Oh man, it's so tight. What else have we got that we can sort of move around? This looks like a cool landing zone, doesn't it? Can I move that? It won't let me. Okay, move it more to the rescue. I want to use that piece of land right there. So now we're going to move this. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So you might see the traffic is building up around the city, and that is something that this new transfer manager mod is really going to help us with. Yeah, that could fit in there. We'll give it a little bit of space. There we go. Excellent. That is perfect. Perfect for landing. Lots of space around it. They're experts anyway, so they'll be okay. So hopefully that is going to start helping. But let's have a look at some of the settings on the Transfer Manager mod and how it can help the traffic in the city. So we're at 71% at the moment, and the busiest spot is down here at the front at Hawkey Borkey. Oh, having a bit of a quick save. Auto sipper tea moment. Are you after a strong, sturdy mug for your cups of tea? Or coffee? It works for both if you really have to. Well, how about our new Cool Beans mug, now available on biffaplaysmerch.com. So as you can see, lots of traffic coming in and out of this area. And also, I believe, over on the other islands, we've got somewhere that's got a lot of traffic as well. Yeah, this junction here. And we can see probably that a lot of these are trucks coming down here. Look, truck. So a lot of stuff's going on. And it's dropping 70%. Oh, it's backing up all the way along here. Oh, yeah, and this is another area where we've got a lot of industry and stuff like that. And we can see already people are crying out, not enough buyers for products. That means there's not enough places to go and sell our goods. That's what killed the city originally. So before it completely dies again, yeah, let's take a look at some of these settings. So we go into our options. And here we go, Transfer Manager CE. So what sort of things do we want to do on here? Well, first of all, we're going to Transfer Manager, and we want to enable Custom Transfer Manager. And we've got some options to look at down here. So this is the match distance algorithm, which is what we were talking about before. So if we use path distance instead of line of sight distance, that will result in better matches where your network or geography is complex but slower, so please ensure your computer is fast enough. Well, we should be okay for that. So I'm going to tick both of those, and I'm going to keep an eye on my CPU, which at the minute is at like 16%, so we're fine. So we have a look at our geography. We come out of that. Yeah, we've got a very complicated geography for going around and picking up items. So we don't want somebody here going, oh, line of sight is quicker here, which would mean traveling all the way around, flying over trains, whatever, to get to here. We want them saying, oh, actually, if I come down this road, it's a bit further line of sight, but easier to drive to. That is basically the idea of that. When you've got incoming and outgoing offers have the same priority, which we're going to do first. Well, normally incoming gets matched first. I'm going to switch that. So the match least offers first. See what sort of difference that makes. We've also got this one here, dummy traffic. It says the game adds dummy traffic to make the city feel more alive. This option blocks dummy traffic transfers to reduce traffic within the city. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm not sure how much of a difference that's going to make, and we'll maybe take a look at that. Vehicle AI is another big one. This one, I have all of these turned on. So vehicle AI enhances vehicles to look for close by issues to resolve. So instead of a fire starting over here, say Myrtle Square, and then a match coming from all the way over there, it's going to look for the nearest services. So that is something we want to make sure we've got services, good coverage everywhere to really help for that. And I've just turned that on for everything. And then finally in our maintenance, you've got reset pathing. You've got these things here you can read on the screen. So maybe you might need to do that from time to time. That is just about it. And then down here, we've got the controls to open the different panels that you may want to do. So let's just take a look at our traffic. It was sort of heading down towards the 70% mark. It's down to 69%. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm just going to leave that running. I'm going to look at this screen here. I'm going to pause the game like that, and then I want to have a look at this dummy traffic option and see whether a lot of that is removed. So if we come into here, click that button, so nothing's instantly removed. Maybe when we start the game again. Yeah, so nothing's just being sort of wiped out straight away, so that's good. We've also got no despawning, which is harder anyway. If we were in vanilla mode or with despawning on, a lot of these trucks would just disappear, but I prefer to work in no despawning. I've got a transfer tool pop up here. What is that? We've got a problem there with a train. Oh yeah, loads of people queuing up here on the trains, although we do have some big trains, 400 slots. They're coming past. I think that problem is probably going to come and go. What is this one? Bus is blocked. Where's the blocked bus? There is no blocked bus. Oh, right, okay. It was showing us the line. But yeah, there's the block, and it is traffic that's blocking things up. Okay, all right. We can see the traffic's building up in our industry area. So let's let that run for a little bit. Already we're up to 70% and see what happens. And then also what we can do, let's maybe use a bit of the finer details in the Transfer Manager CE mod in our industry area here and see if we can't help with all of these issues here of not enough buyers for products. So I'm looking at this mass of industry buildings and all the problems that we've got going on here. I'm just going to pause the game so none of these buildings disappear. And what I'm spotting is we do have a cargo station, train terminal over here, but it's on the other side of the road, so everybody's coming down this road here, and they can't easily cross over to use that. I mean, they can leave the city, which is what most of them are doing, and cause a headache of traffic. But that would be better on the other side of the road, and possibly down here somewhere as well. I was also looking for warehouses. We've got a lot of trash going on here. We have one warehouse, which has got commercial zone goods as an option, but they're not really using it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort of move that somewhere else, or do you know what, I'm just going to delete it. And I'm thinking about, all of these historical buildings now, aren't they? So let's just double check. I've marked everything down as historical. I'm going to de-zone all of that. Does that mean they're going to disappear even though they're historical? It should do, shouldn't it? Or maybe not. Okay, well, what we're going to do is use the Move It mod. So I'm going to select all of these in here. Not the power cables. We're going to delete that. Gonna delete that to give us a bit of space in here, and I'm wondering whether we could do something with this. So if I move that into here, is that going to fit? No. Well, that's a bit of a pain, because I was hoping to utilise this space. We've got some one-way roads going on here. What we're going to do is we're going to delete all of this. This is all going to go, and the problem with marking everything as... If I just set that to buildings... Then we can just get the buildings. There we go. Marking everything as historic. So we stopped getting all weird things being built in the city that shouldn't be here. But yeah, as you can see, that causes its own issues when we're deleting. So I'm going to pop that there. So now they can get to it on the other side of the road. And actually, ideally, I'd actually want that even further back over here. So I'm just going to use the Move It mods. We're going to pop that over there for now. And I want this road to connect up. So we're going to grab this one here. This is going to become a one-way road, and I think it's that way that it needs to go. Now we can move that into there. There we go. Excellent. So now they can come up here, come around there, and go out. That is the problem. Now we just got to connect this up, and we brought that into here because that was a nice spot. And I remember trying to get that over there. Could we go up and over and in? I think we probably could do something. I mean, that is going to be a pretty tight turn there, but I think that's going to be okay. And as long as that's up and over the rest of the buildings that are going on here, we can sort of sort this out. I don't know why that's looking a little bit weird there. Let's just upgrade that and see what happens. Yeah, there we go. We'll keep that up in the air, up and over the top. Ah, that's what's going on. We've got one of those over here. We'll just pop that. I'd rather have that off a side road out the way. We've got those buildings. What's that? Oh, that's okay underneath there, isn't it? Just a medical clinic. Maybe. We can have a look at those. So anyway, so that now comes in here. So now if we unpause this, we are going to get some vehicles disappearing. I've got to remember which way in and out these work. So they go in on the right and out on the left. So that probably means we're going to be turning this road around like this, like this, like this, which means that one's one way to go up and in. That one's one way to come down and out. Excellent. So now what we should get is more people using this instead of trying to go in and out over there and causing... What are we at? I mean, 75%. You know, it's not the end of the world. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Now I want some warehouses along here as well to hold all of these excess goods. What's the biggest one I can fit in here? I mean, it's going to be some of these, isn't it? So if I pop that underneath there, let's just see how that looks. If that's going up and over the top, that just looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Okay, we'll move that alongside. So we'll go there. Whoa, jumpy game. Thank you very much. Then we'll go, I want one right next to it. So what we do is we'll put those in, and I'm just going to use the Move It mods. This one here, we'll have that, we'll have that. Boink and boink. Excellent. And I think that will be okay. And then we're going to just have a look at the settings here. So we're going to put in here, balance, we'll leave them on. And then we're going to go for commercial zone goods on all of these. There we go. So now all of these places have got somewhere to store their goods. And also they can now be taken in and out of here. Which is also going to help. I'm just looking at the way this is all set up. I mean, all of this over here, we don't really need it. Could just rezone that over here, and that would just clear up this sort of backlog that we've got going on. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to delete these roads here and get rid of all of these. There we go. So this can keep moving over here. We may just need to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery at the end. That can probably... Yeah, that can move. That is really not a good place for that. Let's put it on this side road over here out of the way. Excellent. Now, right, so let's dive into the mod and see how we can increase the movement in this area. Okay, so let's just take this first warehouse here. Now, what we don't want is people from other places trying to store stuff here. We're trying to make this a little internal area where they put stuff in the warehouse. It's then taken over here to be shipped out by train, and maybe we'll have the odd vehicle going in and out. So if we click on here, click on this little symbol to open the Transfer Manager CE window. So we've got incoming and outgoing. At the minute, it's set to everywhere. Anybody can request in and out. It's still going to be with the confines of the settings in the options that we set before, but we can drill down a bit further. So where do we want goods coming from? We can say all districts or prefer within a certain district, within this district only, or all districts except for. Well, we're going to go prefer within a district, and we're going to do that one, and it automatically selects for us the district we're in, which is Myrtle Business Park, and current park is ticked as well. We're not in a park, but you get the idea. So we're going to do that on each of these. There we go, excellent. And then outgoing, well, where do we want our goods to be sent? Now, we could say outgoing within this district only, and I'm wondering then whether that would force the outgoing to go by train or not. By the way, I removed the stupidly long, 3 times as long as that cargo trains that we had before, and that's working a lot better. We can see here, look, cargo trains are going in and out. A lot more people are using this, which is good. A little bit of traffic here. We'll come back to that. Don't you be zoning a building in there. Thank you very much. So I might just leave that set to outgo in all districts and see how it goes. Do you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to do prefer within this. Yeah, I'm going to set it like I just said. As I'm talking, I'm thinking about it. And I'm just always checking this one as well. Prefer within this district. So I'm hoping that this will just be used as a storage area just for the train. So we'll do that one there. Excellent. Now what you can also do is do it by building. If you really want to get finicky about it, you can select certain buildings and just have that within the area. So I think that clears the whole thing. Yeah. So if we just sort of did that building and that building, we can see, there we go. They're lit up green. Which is interesting. I hadn't used that option before. I normally go via district, so restricted 4. We're going to clear that and leave that one as it is. Distance restrictions, we'll leave it on 0 because that uses the global setting, which we've set in the settings in the mods. That's fine. Allow import and export, yep, no problem. And everything else here is okay. So we've got the status of what's going on at the top, what things they're going to need, what's happening with all the goods and things down here. So cargo train terminal is where most of them are going. Some things are going... Oh, container train going to Rockwood. That is what we want to see. Yep. And that's all the matches. Description. So I think, like, all of these goods, workers, people coming to work here will be from this area here. So I'm hoping that is going to make a big difference to this area here. We're going to sort of speed things up a bit. I feel like I need to delete these buildings here. Thank you very much. I feel like we need a teeny tiny roundabout on the end here. That will probably do just to get things moving in and out of here a bit better. 2 lanes should be enough. How's the power going over here? Power's jumping over there. But what I'm going to do is just... So we've got an extra connection. And then we're also going to make sure that this is all set up okay. Control Shift left click. So we've got yield for coming in. All that other good stuff. And that should keep things moving here much better than it was. The only problem is we're going to have so many things coming out of here. These could really do with a direct connection to the highway. I'm wondering whether we take that out and have it here and go that way. I mean, this this thing here was set up right at the beginning. It's got no traffic lights or anything. I have thought about just removing it, but I sort of wanted to keep it here. We're going to go for a quick setup on a smart traffic light and see whether that helps. I'm not entirely sure that it is. So people are coming in and going that way. People going out are having to go through here. Let's keep an eye on it for a few moments. See whether it helps. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of changes here. I can see everybody stopping here when they're coming through. I might be trying to stick a band-aid on something that isn't worth saving, but we'll see. I want them to keep going through there. I want you to keep going through here rather than sort of doing hawky-balky stopping. I'm going to say the same there. I'm going to say the same here. So you can use up all the gaps that we've got. Oh, wow. Traffic coming in has gone down. Look at that. That is fantastic. 78%. So at the moment, it is just the traffic going out, isn't it? So what I'm thinking of doing, I am going to make this adjustment here. We are going to bring that across here. So that's going to give us a T-junction into this road. We've got a bit of fencing that we just need to fix up, which is fine. There we go. We've got a left and a right going on there. I'm going to make that one for left, one for right. Although, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We could do maybe with more coming that way. These cars are going to... So it's going to just keep this moving a bit better, which is what we want. Yeah, I just had a sudden pang that I was doing this wrong and they were coming in the wrong place. No, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do as well, which is a bit against what, you know, what we'd normally do, is make this give way. So this keeps going. And yeah, I am going to change that to double left lane. And I'm also going to put a bit of thing in here saying you're going to go there, you are going to go there, or if you want to go there, that's fine. So anybody that wants to come off and go up that way, we've got a specific lane for you, which is up onto the highway, which is good. So hopefully that keeps moving. So now I am really thinking about whether we keep this in here or whether we just change it for a roundabout and be done with it, which means we don't actually need this roundabout here anymore. So let's get rid of all of that. We'll line this up again. There we go. You can all keep moving back onto the road. Let's maybe give it a moment or two. I'm going to make this a bit bigger, which means we need to adjust our fences again, and we're going to see whether it helps. Yeah, do you know what? You know what? It just needs to go. It really does just need to go. It's not enough throughput. This teeny tiny junction for all of these trucks and things coming in and out. So here we go. We're going to remove all of this. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to sort of connect these up in a haphazard fashion like this so we can get where the roundabout's going to go. I'm not going to worry about all the other things that are in the way just yet. That to me will just go with the standard size, so I think that's going to be fine. Let's just maneuver some of these out the way, and then we've got to, yeah, sort our fences and stuff out. So what sort of fence is this? Oh, this is the guard tower, isn't it? For like the prison pack guard tower thing, which is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, so this is like the entrance into this area because we've got the airport here, isn't it? That's why we've got all of this here. Makes sense, makes sense. Right, so we need to adjust some of the roads coming in and out of here. Now, something that's this big, I'd normally... Yeah, we're going to go for a 3-lane road here. So let's grab... What have we got that's going to be good in here? Something like this, no parking, nice and big. Yeah, that'll do. So we're going to upgrade all of that. Actually, it's 3 lanes, but it's not a very big road, is it? So that works okay. This one here, I feel like needs to be a 4-lane road. So we're going to grab that one there with no parking. So we've got the lanes coming in and out. We're going to do the same over there. Oh, is that one way? Oh, I've used the wrong one. That's why. I wanted this one here, didn't I? 4-lane. There we go. We'll do that one there. Yeah, so we've got 4 lanes there. And we're going to do the same here. And here. Yeah, excellent. That's good. Everybody's thinking about their choices in life and what's going on. Now, we could upgrade this around here because we've got this 1 lane coming off, going into this 1 lane either way. And I think, actually, if we use this road as well... That's just going to give us some extra lanes to come in, and then we can change this road here for a 2-lane. So that'd be 2-lane highway. Trying not to break anything. Yeah, and then what we want is we don't want them whizzing around there. So we're going to say to you, not that, but that. So you've got a lane each for coming in. There we go. And then here we're going to say it's still 1 lane to come off, but then you can spread into 2 lanes. That goes either way. This one comes in as well, but we don't want that turning round. Yeah, there we go. It's a weird highway junction, but this is what was here, and I don't want that turning around. That's just for straight on. Okay, excellent. Then we're going to say, don't get all hawky-balky here. Go straight on, go straight on, go straight on. Is there stop signs or something? There is. We'll turn those off. Keep moving. Thank you kindly. Control-Shift-Left click. Set up the roundabout. Excellent. Just make sure all of these weird junctions have all got the go straight on stuff on. Go straight on, go straight on. Do we want any give way coming out of here? I'm going to say give way to you. Oh, jumpy game. And then this one here. Yeah, this is where this then becomes a problem. So we're going to rethink how this connects over here. Yeah, I was thinking about changing this around a bit, but I think it's just the sheer weight of traffic we've got at the minute while it's sorting itself out. I think it will get better. We can see there's hardly any traffic coming in now. This is all okay going out there. This isn't blocked up. This is super busy. But what we've got is the backlog has now gone. So we've only got this person here. What are you complaining about? Who is it? It's you. Not enough raw materials. Okay, so they're waiting for things to come in so they can process. But apart from that, all of the goods that they've got have all been either popped into here. This one hasn't got so many. That one's probably empty. Yeah, they will take the first one first and then shipped out over here. So once all of that's gone down, that means less trucks here. And let's have a look at our traffic. 79%, which is really, really good. I'm just spotting a little bit of a stoppage thing going on here, which is a little bit weird. Let's just see what's going on. So we want to go straight through at each spot there, and probably don't change lanes there because that's a little bit stupid. You don't need to. Let's just make sure they're staying in their lanes to keep moving. Yeah, that's good. It's going down already, which is fantastic. Here we've got some goods that are being brought in because these are disaster emergency shelters, so there's a lot of backlog that was needed for there, but we'll come back and check that. As the game progresses. 80%. Love it, love it, love it. This is a bit slow through here. I'm wondering whether we could pop on a policy that will help with that. I think it's under city planning. We go right down to the end. We do have automated toll on, so they shouldn't be stopping. They're just slowing down. They're doing fine. Okay. The other traffic was over here as well. And I just want to have a look at this junction and make sure we've got this set up in a way that works. I'm just watching this junction here. I think it's just red because it's busy. If we take a look at this, this isn't backing up once the lights go. This isn't backing up down here. This has just randomly started to back up, but I think I can probably help that by extending the asymmetrical road down the end here. So I'm going to use a picker mod to grab that. How far back can we go? Let's go back. Yeah, let's go back that far. And then what I'm going to do is use this to say no lane switching. Going the right way? Asymmetrical. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no lane switching. So then it can back up for two lots. So when they actually go, let's speed that up a bit. I think that's just give way there as well. So when they actually go, it just goes. Yeah, that's fine. That should be okay. That's back to, let's have a look. Do you know what? It's just getting better. The traffic is just improving, which is fantastic. Let's just check around the city, see if there's any other little hot spots. That's okay. That's moving all right. Strawberry District on no problem at all. That is looking okay. This is all fine. Down to our Fisherman's Island. We've got a little bit of hawky-balkiness going along here, but I think, yeah, that's just going in and out of our simple barge harbour. Is that set up to hold fish but it's empty? I think that is just because there's so many trucks trying to come in and out. Are any of these trucks, look at all these fish trucks lined up, are any of them just going past? Let's use our in-game tool and grab that road there. It looks like they're all stopping and then they're all leaving. So what we could maybe do, it's like they're coming in from here and then they go into there. Oh no, they're going in to drop off as well on the train. Okay, that's fine. Just wondering whether we could have like an intermediate step in here. I mean, we do have... do you know what? We can't, can we? Because these hold fish. So I don't think, or is it counting as cargo? I'm not into, oh, fish. Yeah, there we go. So these are holding fish. We've got the mod that allows us to do that. Okay, yeah, I think it's just that we're making so many fish that we can't ship them out quick enough. Although they haven't got enough fish in here. Why are they shipping them out as opposed to going here? Ah, okay. Well, this is where our transfer mod can come in. So instead of sending all of this out, or are these sending out owner shellfish harbour, making the fish? Yeah, they're sending them out rather than bringing them in here. So let's go through each of these little harbours then and see what options that we get. So I would rather, let's just check our district. So the whole thing, yeah, we need to just extend that. Make sure everything's covered. So everything in this area is covered by the Fisherman's Island. So let's have a look at this. So what would we rather here? We would rather outgoing, prefer within district. I'm assuming if it's a prefer, that it will do within the district first, but then it will go outside if it needs to, and allow export. So I'm going to try that on all of these. There we go. And the last one, I think, prefer. Excellent. Oh, got a couple down here. We'll just do these ones as well. So hopefully that will start redirecting these, any new deliveries they have, to be within the area. What are these here? Seaweed farms. Yes, okay. We'll do those as well. Prefer within districts. They're basically all fish. Prefer within district. There we go. We've got plenty of storage. Although it says here stored commercial zone goods, but it shows fish here. So I do have that mod that will store fish. And then once they've been plucked, they need to be sent here to be made into commercial zone goods. And that is what we want to see being sent outside the city. But as you can see, a lot of these are struggling for fish. I don't know where all the fish are being sent to. Could I see from this? So I follow that boat. Oh yeah, where have you just been? Owner Simple Barge Harbour, returning to Simple Barge Harbour. Yeah, okay. So he would have been over to another one over here somewhere. Possibly this one, which then sends it out into the wider world. We've probably got fish markets and all sorts going on. So let's just keep an eye on this for a few moments and see if we get less coming round here and more heading out to some of these other places. I am wondering as well whether we can extra force this by having these sets. So these obviously need, oh, we can't see it now. I've opened that one. These obviously need the fish to turn into commercial goods. So for our incoming, whether we can do a prefer within districts, yeah, that's going to automatically select the district we're on. A copy and paste function would be good, where I can just like click copy settings and then paste and all the different things. But anyway, we'll make do with what we've got. So I'm going to set all of these up to do that as well. And then finally, I think I'm going to take a few of these fish storages and only allow them to go to certain areas. So we've got 4 along here, rammed with fish, 45 tons. What do they need? So it's 30 tons at a time. So maybe 2 of these for each. So again, what we can do in here is outgoing from here. We're going to say you're allowed to outgo to there. Only 1. And then we're going to do the same on this one. Outgoing, you're going to go to there. And then I'm just going to go through some of these and assign a couple to each of our fish factories here. Okay, just a quick update after doing all that. It turns out I don't have the fish warehousing mod installed. Because a lot of these vehicles are not going out, even though it says fish here. So I'm just going to go and install that mod and just check whether it breaks anything, because I'm not entirely sure that it's working, and I'll be back with you. But something I did want to show you is the movable bridge mod is still working, which is fantastic. That got an update, and there's this movable bridge over here, and we've got one all the way over here on our very long bridge road, and they're both working really well, which is good. So I'll just show you that quickly. Go up, install the mod, and I'll be back. Okay, the mod has been installed, and now you'll notice trucks are now coming out from here. Probably a bad example. Let's pick one where the trucks are going out. There we go. And they are delivering their fish to where it should be going, which are all of it. So now the traffic has gone completely haywire on here because everybody's delivering fish to all of the factories that need it. Now, I'm not 100% on whether the fish warehousing mod, or fish warehousing it's called. I'm not 100% on whether that is something you should be using all the time. Wow, we have caused a a fishnado. Yeah, a fishnado of trucks. But I'm hoping that once these have all sorted themselves out, that this will all go down as normal. And what we're probably going to see is a huge backlog. So all of these that have got these do you know what we need to do now then? Is I need to make sure these are always on filled as a priority. So all the ones that I set to cover these factories must be on field, otherwise we're going to have issues, aren't we? You can see we're making a absolute ton of money down here, which I'm assuming is from all the fish being sent out. Let's have a look at this one here. Level 3, level 3. How do I see? Farming fish does not show up. What does fish come under? Oh, okay, whatever. We can see all the fish going out. So I think we're making a ton of money from that. But we know it's working, so I'm going to let that run for a bit, and hopefully with all these extra commercial goods that we're going to be making, because they're all going to be being sent out into the city, that is going to do our city well. Yeah, it's clearing up. Look at that. It's going well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, so let's move from there over to the main industry area over here. We've got the Elk Oil area, Hawkey Borkey, and all the other factories, Green Tea Park, all the factories I think mostly are in here. So what I'm really interested in is our factories and how they are going to be working. So, I mean, we've got IT over here, which is making stuff for us, the t-shirts factory, the food factory, what could we call that? Sneaker factory, we've got the electronics factory, it's probably missing some. Model T car factory. Oh man, I was on fire when I was naming these when we built them. Lemonade factory. Yeah, so all of these, and the teeny tiny toy factory. So this one here seems to be struggling for goods, and I remember that being always something that was a problem. The metals. Now let's have a look and see what we've got stored here. I'm assuming, yeah, so that's metals, then we've got glass. What is this? Metals, glass, plastic, and animals. So I bet we've got all of those here. Plastic and animals. Yeah. Metals. We're going to get those on field, and we are going to set both of those for outgoing only for this building here. There we go, and it's nicely lit up. If we click on there, it goes green, so we can see. If we hover, there we go. Yeah, click on that. Good. And then this one here, we're going to do the same. Outgoing this building here. There we go. Excellent. Always go back to double check. It's now we've got these buildings over here, the rotary kiln plant that are making the metals for us, struggling for ore, which is rather interesting because we've got this over here rammed to the rafters with ore. We've got this one here. It's making the metals as well. That one's got none in there. These are set to empty, so it's like a storage, and then they'll get shipped on. That's set to empty. So I'm wondering whether we can tell this here. Let's grab that little thing. Outgoing buildings. We're going to say that one and that one only. And then maybe this one as well, as it's right nearby. And I think that should solve the problem, because we've got this guy here with 10 trucks that have gone out somewhere. We can see where they all are. Yeah, they're just all over the place, which is not what we want. So I'm going to do release broken pathing and released ghost vehicles. Once this gets moving along, we're going to get these goods being sent locally. If I do empty, can be imported, can be exported. Yeah, I tend to keep it on balance just so it doesn't get shipped outside, but it shouldn't do, as we're only allowing it to go to these places that we've said. Yeah, I think the main problem is we need more ore manufacturing. I was going to see if I could fit another seabed mining vessel along here, which is not in the industry area, which is probably going to need like a road squeeze down here somehow. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Let's just make this small. I'll bring that out like this. There we go. And then we're going to grab that and pop it on there. It will go on, which is good. That is probably as good a place as any. Then it's going to say no road access, which is fantastic. We're just going to use the move it mod to lower that to the height there. And can I squeeze a road through here? I'll tell you what we're going to do, because we've got this road at the back here, is I'm going to grab with the move it mod. Excellent. There we go. So that's going to give us, because these each give us 11,000, 11,000 odd, 11,000 odd. There we go. So plenty more ore to be stored in here, because this ore is also being sent all the way over here to make our glass as well. Or it would have been until we set it only to go over there. So we definitely need a little bit more storage. I'm just thinking this little spot here looks like the perfect place for a nice... Oh, I'd love to get one of those large warehouses in. It ends up being these ones, doesn't it? Or these. Or these. Oh, we got these. Excellent. We need actual ore storage, and we are running out of room. What have we got? Ore storage. 50,000. Oh, now, could we, with a bit of jiggery-pokery, get that to work in there, which would be fantastic. That holds 650 tons. Let's see what we can do. Yay, there we go. Fits in perfectly. So now let's just have a look. I want that to be all, I want that to be filled, and I only want that to go to these buildings over here. So it'll be that one there, that one there. If I accidentally move that building, I have, and that one there, and that one there. I think of all the ones. So that, yep, that's all for glass, that's all for glass, that's all for glass, that's all for glass. Yep, there we go. And then we'll just line that one back up. I think that's all okay. And then that should be glass for going out. No, that's that. That's got glass for going out as well, which is, yeah, got loads of glass to be transported there. Excellent. So hopefully that'll balance a little bit better. It's filling up with ore, which is what we want. And yeah, these are getting ore now as well, which is great. So then it's just waiting for them to get on with their making of the metal and shipping it over the other side. And then these people over here should stop being unhappy and be happy as well. How are these filling up on here? Very slowly, very slowly. We do have, so we've got the barges that are going to be, I know it says fish on there, that's just the storage part. These barges will just bring anything over that needs to be brought over. And we've got a normal cargo harbour there, and we've got a barge connection there. So between all of those, that should be working its way out nicely. Okay, so things are working okay over here. And as I said that, they've started complaining again. What I'm going to do is just drop these down to 100% until our metal production really ramps up and gets going. I would like to make a little change along here, which I think is causing all of these tailbacks, which are now going on for quite a while. And that is this little roundabout. I know that was here before because we had a connection up here, but we don't have that anymore. So this is definitely going to go, and we're going to just connect this straight up through here like that. And then we're also going to then take this road, and that is going to come straight off like that. We are then going to unpause so people can start doing what they need to do. And we're just going to expand that, and we're going to remove that node from there. You'll complain. We get it. And then we're going to give dedicated lanes. Do I want just one lane turning into here? Yeah, they're all thinking about what's going on with their life because I've adjusted the roads. Please continue. Otherwise, we're going to have all sorts of problems. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll do that. And they should get happy again. Go on, please. Tailbacks are getting worse. Okay, whatever. We'll do dedicated turning lanes for getting in. Now they'll do it. I'll have a quick sip of tea. And I'm thinking, actually, now I've said that, I'm thinking we're going to do that because there's so many cars, trucks wanting to get down here. And we're going to say, you're going to be for there, but you're going to be, as well as for straight on, you're going to be for there. Just to sort of spread it out a little bit. We're going to say, don't lane change, don't lane change. So pick your lane change down here. And also, we've got these buildings along here. Look, so that happens. Trucks go in and start working here. And, yeah, it messes up. So I'm going to delete all of these along here. And I'm going to just pause while I do it. Because I'm probably going to have to de-zone that bit. And we just want that to have people just keep moving in, moving in. We can also... Wow, that really took a long time to pick that tree for me, didn't it? We can also just add a little bit more treeage along here. There we go, and perhaps do something else for that little area so it keeps going. And then we've got these warehouses which are here. These are all going to face the other way. So if I just do that, and the same with this one, like that. So now nobody's stopping on this road coming in, which is much, much better. What have we got in here? Balance, commercial goods. Because commercial zone goods, we've got so many of them. So that just keeps things flowing through there, which is much, much better. I don't know why you're stopping. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to say no crossing here or here. So that just... you swung that right around, didn't you? Over here if you wish. But that should be good there. And I'm just going to go down this road and just make all these zones a little bit bigger. What have we got? Ah, we've got traffic lights here. Okay. Which is then slowing that down, which is then slowing this down. So anything along here, we really just want this to just keep on going. But I'm worried. We've got 2 lanes going down into 1 lane. That is the weirdest of... Is that a road coming in as well? What is this? What is this? What have I done? Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's very weird. There's probably some reason why I did that. But we're going to go back to 2 lanes there. Because otherwise that is a bit odd. Oh, I know why. I bet it was to come into here for this one. No, that's not the way in, is it? Oh, well, we'll leave it like that. And then the traffic lights here, I'm assuming they are, yeah, this sort of traffic light. So what have we got on here? Let's just skip through that. We've got 8 and 15 on there. And then we've got a bit lower on here. Is that enough to get all that? See, if they're... just wonder whether we could change that. Are those both going to go green at the same time? See, they're still going. Yes, we've got right on red, haven't we, going on, because they're turning. Okay, well that's fine. And then we get a left added to it as well. Yeah, all right, okay. And then that fills up. Let's just... We're on speed 3, aren't we? And then before it fills up, they just keep going again. So I'm not overly concerned about those lights now, actually. The same all along. So we really want all of this just to keep on going as much as possible. And also the crossing over here is a bit pointless. I don't think anyone's using it anyway. So all of that's going okay. So now, actually, look at that already. Look, none of this is backing up anymore up here. And none of it's backing up down there anymore. Excellent. So just those couple of changes, keep that going. This bit is always going to be busy, but traffic flow is 80%. And I think leaving is always going to be busy as well. I've always got these people here. I mean, I could force them to go up there, but then at some point they're going to have to come down anyway, because they're all sort of crossing over. And I think these are lights as well. Yeah, and I bet these are special, super special lights. They are. So yeah, that is not enough. We are going to go 820. No, we'll go 3 and 20. So if there's nothing there, it won't be too bad. But if there's a lot there like this, it clears it out. Hey, whoa, hey, woo, woo. And that should keep it going. I think we've got a lot of good vehicles in here. I went through because we've been using advanced vehicle options for a long time. And I went through again and took out a load of sort of older trucks. I think a couple have snuck through. So most of the vehicles in New Tealand should be brand new, cool looking vehicles. Yes, like they're still going, even though these are going. I'm just going to leave that alone, and we'll just yeah, not worry about it too much. And then these here, so this is like a little thing. So we've got a node. Oh, we do have an extra node in here. Oh, okay. Let's move it back a bit so it's not as close. So these should only look back as far as the node that's there. Let's just make sure. What have we got in here? Oh, no traffic lights. No. We don't even have give way here. Do we have stop here by mistake? No, we don't. So why are they stopping? That is rather weird. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to them, keep going through. Even though that might cause the odd hiccup with other things coming through, there's not much coming through that way. We just need to keep this going so this doesn't happen. That's much better. What are we at? 82%. Do you know what? I think for today's fix of New Tealand, I think that was pretty good. Let's go back and check. So this is looking good, busy, but looking fine. Everyone has all the goods that they need. Excellent. And back on over at Myrtle Business Park. No backing up at all. This is all working well. The roundabout's working much better. The highway is not blocked. Fantastic. And the goods over here. We have metals in here now. People are working away. That is exactly what we want to see. Fantastic. So before you go, be sure to subscribe for some more New Tealand fixing. Also, my other 2 cities are not going anywhere. And then check out the next video on the screen as well. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.